Hey, so I have Maria here, and we are adding Tabitha to the broadcast. Sorry, guys. Hey, Tab.
I don't know how long I'm here for.
Well, we did it. Now this is a real talk show because we have three
Hi,
people.
Maria.
Hi, Tabitha. How are you?
It's so good to see you. I
Yes.
couldn't hear you guys or anything, so I'm sorry I missed out. But
No,
yeah.
all you missed out on was the fact that I had an oil truck delivery, so my dog went absolutely nuts because, of course, I'm working from home. Meanwhile, Maria is just showing us her gorgeous scenery because she's working from her gorgeous backyard in San Diego, California.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw.
And when she said she was having an oil delivery, I thought she was expecting an order of doTERRA essential oils. How's that for San Diego?
Oh, because that's the first thing you go
Yes.
to, and we're
Yes.
like, it's cold out. We need oil to like fire our furnaces.
I had no idea what you were talking about. I tell you.
I know you don't. I have gas.
Oh, so do I. Often.
Oh God, this is gonna be so fun, guys.
How are you guys? So did we introduce Maria?
We did, but you know what? Now we're actually official. Now we have Tab, we have Kinsey, we have Maria.
Yeah.
So Maria,
Okay, I can't see Kinsey. Kinsey's here?
Yeah. I see a black.
Okay,
I see a
awesome.
white spot there for her. For
she must be frozen. It's because she's in her car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We'll just do the best we possibly can do.
There she is.
She's pixelated, but she's there.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's probably because she's on the road. So have we Maria?
I can do an introduction again. That's fine.
Yeah,
We can do that real quick.
Yeah.
So I am Maria Peña-Morales. Actually, that's the short version of my name. Do you guys know my full name?
No.
Say it.
Tell us.
Oh, okay. Well, my true full name is Maria Elena Cristina Peña Fragosa Alcántara de Morales.
Ra, ra, ra.
Yeah.
I love
get that
it.
On my name. Get that on my name bar on the bottom.
I love it.
It truly is my full name. If I were to take in all of the surnames of my family, that's what it would be. AKA the Salsa Lady. I'll tell you about that a little later.
Salsa Lady.
Yes, and I'm with Remax Ranch and Beach here in beautiful San Diego, California.
Love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, Maria, I met you this year at R4.
Yep.
And
I think I knew of you before, but we actually hadn't connected until this last year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We met face to face, and we sat down, and you had your water, and I had my cocktail.
Yeah.
And you
and I have my water again.
And you have your water again, and I have my water. So cheers! We all have to cheers, Kinsey, in your car. Cheers.
It says Bud Light, but I promise it's not.
And
That's
I was telling her that mine says glow.
And I know Maria and I sat and talked for a bit, and Maria, has kind of a backdrop, a life story, and I just think it's amazing. Another amazing contact that we have that is, a survivor going through some holistic healing.
Absolutely.
Did you guys lock up?
I did not know that. Tabitha, can you see us? Oh,
I can see Alexa, and Maria looks frozen.
Okay.
I'm still here. I'm moving.
I can see her.
I'm moving.
Okay, so I'll just pretend she's animated. Maria, can you still hear?
I can hear.
She can hear.
Me?
She can hear. So it's just, there's something going wrong with maybe this 4-person feed.
Yes.
With me live.
What we all talk about is how much we love technology and how it helps our business. But man, when it is not working, does it throw a little monkey wrench into our day, right?
It is. It kind of gives me a little complex. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little red. But anyway, so Maria had, it would be easier if I could hear her, so I can't, speak to that. But
I'm happy
maybe we'll do that in another session, because otherwise I'm just.
Tabitha, so you know what's great is that I think our viewers can hear Maria, so I would love to hear her holistic healing and whatnot.
Yeah, Maria, I want to hear her too.
Oh,
so Maria, why don't you share your background and what you have been experiencing, and then I'm going to see if I can possibly listen to you on the computer.
Hey guys.
Okay, so that means that Alexa, you're going to be the moderator here then, I guess, to make sure that everybody can hear. Is that cool? Hey, Kinsey.
It looks like we have a fourth member of our talk show. Can you guys see Kinsey?
Yeah, I can see her. I just can't hear her.
Oh,
I can see Kinsey.
Well, Maria, take it away, darling.
Okay, so just to give you guys a little bit of background, so as we mentioned earlier, I been in real estate the last 15 years, but in my personal life, there's been an evolution of things going on over many, many years, actually. Just to back up, even most recently, 4 years ago, I was coming up upon in January what is my birthday, and I was coming up on my 50th birthday. And I really just was looking at overall my life and how I was feeling. And I've always been a very active person and feel really good about myself, physically and all that. But, always kind of felt like, what else could I do to improve even more? And then I looked around at my family as well, my mother, my sister, my brother, grandparents, what were their experiences in terms of their overall health. And hopefully I haven't lost you guys. Am I still there?
You're there.
Okay. So what I did was I decided at that point, I went to, every year I go to the Buffini Mastermind Summit, which happens to take place here in San Diego. And every year they have these amazing speakers. And that year they had Dr. Joel Furman speaking. And Dr. Joel Furman wrote a book called Eat to Live. And it was all about using food as medicine. So I had not had any major health issues at the time. I just had, family history of high blood pressure and, carried a few extra pounds that I didn't really want. I had started to take medication as a low dose for high blood pressure. And I also used to get migraines. Every month I would get migraines. And so I was on medication for that. So I took the challenge. He gave us a 100-day challenge to just try his formula, which is a whole food plant-based diet. So I started doing it, and I said, okay, I can do this for 100 days, and I'm up for a challenge. Let's see if this is really true. Can I really feel better eating a whole food plant-based diet? I'd never done that before. So I did it, and in those 100 days, I was blown away at how great I felt. And you know how it is. We go to see our hairdresser about every 5-6 weeks or whatever. I go to my hairdresser, and she starts doing my hair, and she's like, "Are you using a different product in your hair?" And I'm like, "No." She goes, "Your hair is like really healthy, and your skin, oh my God, your complexion is just like glowing. What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm not changing anything in terms of products. I'm not changing my exercise. The only thing I've done is switch to a whole food, plant-based diet. I was juicing, eating a lot of really healthy whole foods, and I was staying away from meats and cheeses and dairy and all that." So this was 4 years ago, and I started to immediately see different amazing improvements in my overall health. I slept through the night. I wasn't getting those migraines. I was like, oh my God, 3 months has gone by and I haven't gotten a single migraine. And I started to talk with my doctor. I said, I'm thinking I don't need to be on this medication anymore. And then I went to the dentist, and she's doing my teeth cleaning. Same hygienist I've had for years. She's like, "Are you using a different toothpaste?" I'm like, "No." She goes, "Your gums are so healthy. What are you doing?" So I started to see this, and I was like, okay, this is a no-brainer. I feel fantastic. I'm having all these improvements. And within 6 months, I had lost 35 pounds. I was like, okay, I'm sold. And I felt fantastic. It really wasn't initially because of weight loss, but obviously that was a tremendous benefit that I realized I could benefit from doing this. So I continued. So I've been doing that for the last 4 years. So now fast forward to 6 months ago. 6 months ago, I went and had my regular checkup. Our insurance had changed, so I was like, okay, let's get my physical and do all that. Sure enough, the doctor found a lump in my right breast. And of course, it's not the kind of news that anybody wants to hear, but I immediately did what my doctor said. He says, okay, schedule a biopsy, and let's see what we need to do here. There was something intuitively in me that just said, hey, hold on a second. You need to ask some questions here. What does this mean? Because in my layperson's understanding, it was like, here's this mass, and you want to poke a hole in it. But what happens when you take the needle out? Does it spread? What are the risks? What's involved in this? So I literally just started asking questions. And I am a firm believer. I trust my doctor. I know he knows what he's doing. If I ever have a broken leg or I need a transplant, I'm going to go to a professional trained doctor to help me with whatever those things might be. But here was a situation where there was something inside of me that was not serving me. Could I use food as my medicine? What other alternatives are there out there other than the traditional care? Not that I was ruling it out, but just that I thought, could I possibly do what I had seen work already for me and heal myself through what I was doing naturally? So I literally just started asking questions. I became a student. I started studying. I started watching videos. I actually went to a symposium in Orlando back in October called The Truth About Cancer. And what it was all of these doctors, all these experts, patients, people from all over the world who have clinics all over the world talking about alternative treatments. And being that I'm here in San Diego, we have right across the border, half an hour away, I can go across the border and get treatments that might not necessarily be FDA approved, if you will, here in the US. But many people travel from all over the world to take advantage of these alternative treatments. So I really was just inquiring and asking. And one of my mentors who shared her journey, that she was going through the same thing. She had been diagnosed with breast cancer and she was healing herself naturally. She introduced me to a few of her contacts. Again, it's all about referrals and who you know and making those connections with people. And she referred me to, it turns out, a clinic right here in San Diego that offered a lot of the types of treatments and protocols that I was researching. So fast forward to today, 6 months later, I chose at that time not to do the biopsy. Had to deal with a lot of pushback from medical doctors, even friends, even family, close family, who were like, wait, no, just go in, do chemo, do radiation, do, surgery, get it out of you. And I just, in my heart, thought, if it comes to that, I'll do that. But if I can heal myself naturally, I want to do this way and see what the results are. Because I already knew I felt fine. I didn't have any other symptoms other than this lump. So that's what I've been doing for the last 6 months. And you guys saw me in January or February, right? I have never felt better in my life. I have done all the things that amazing. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And here's the kicker. You talk about the Bud Light thing, switching the water. The big thing I had to do was cut out all sugars, which includes alcohol. It's one of those things. If it's about my life, I'm willing to give it up. So in the time, even since doing these protocols, I am now at, how they give you those scales that I'm 5'10". So based on the scales of where your weight should be, I never hit that. I was always carrying about 15 to 20 pounds extra, and I felt fine. And being as tall as I am, I hit it well.
About 20 extra right now.
Yeah. Most people do, right? But now I am right in that sweet spot for my height where I should be at 153 pounds. Which I'm like, oh my God, this is what it feels like to be at my optimal weight. It's fantastic. And I've never felt better. I have more energy than I've ever had. And I'm not having any of those symptoms that so many people suffer from. And I've already proclaimed it. I am healed. I'm letting my body catch up to what I've already proclaimed. But I don't claim anything. I don't even utter the words that I have cancer or that I've been diagnosed with breast cancer. That is what the doctors say. What I have said is that I am healed, because this one is the biggest healer, right? Aside from the food and the nutrients and things that I'm doing through the protocols, I do have a doctor who is both a medical doctor and a naturopath who is helping me through this process and guiding me, checking on me, making sure that I'm doing all the proper things. And the next step, we'll see what happens. Right now, the size of the lump has reduced phenomenally. It has gone from basically like an egg shape of 2.5 by 2 inches down to under 1.5 and 1 inch. So it is shrinking as we speak. It's dying. It's going away. It's an energy I don't need in my life. Yeah. So it is amazing.
You had that?
Say that again?
Awesome.
So how long have you been eating this way? You said it's already shrank. And when was it that you found out the size? And when was it that?
So the doctor that did the exam was in September. I started to adjust my lifestyle, but as far as the true protocol that I've been doing, it's been since January. So the measurement that I gave, which was the first measurement, was as of January 15th. So January 15th to today, it's shrunk that much.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. And like I said, and I feel fantastic. I mean, the thing, here's the flip side. And again, whatever anybody chooses to do for themselves, I completely respect. This is the choice that I've made for me. And everybody has to go down their path. I've met many, many people, many women who are going through their protocols, their treatments. If it works for them, God bless them. I wish them all nothing but the best. But I have people very, very close to me who are going through the traditional treatments. I just visited a dear friend of mine who's been in the hospital for a month. She's not in the hospital for the cancer that she has. She's been in the hospital because of the chemo. And that's the piece that really, I'm so touched by that, because the treatment for so many people is worse than the disease. And then I'll have other people that will tell me, had I known then what I know now, I never would have gone through chemo.
Wow.
Right.
Everybody has to choose what's right for them.
Well, And it's the same with me going through kidney failure, and you can either make the decision, if you're healthy enough, to get an organ transplant, or you can make the decision to go on dialysis.
Right.
And I made the decision that I wanted to proceed forward with organ transplants, and there are many, many people that are very happy and very comfortable on dialysis.
Right.
And, you know,
She got frozen.
Coming to a decision on their health,
Right.
and different things work for different people. And I'm just glad that we all got to get together in Las Vegas at the next year and have dinner, and that all of our real estate careers are booming. We're happy, we're healthy, we're getting healthier every day.
Yep.
And and it's awesome. It's great, and I'm glad that we get to connect on our little show. And sorry I was a few minutes late. I was actually getting my training with Lifelink of Florida to be a speaker for their events.
So this journey has been something that initially, when I first, got the diagnosis, I was devastated, as you can imagine, and there was a lot of tears, a lot of fear, and a lot of, what next? What do I do? And over these months, I've learned to realize the blessing that this has been for me, because I've been able to bless other people. And I was called to do something that I never thought I would do, and that is to share this story. And the more I share it, obviously it's healing for me, because every time I share my story, I realize how far I've come. But I've been able to share it with people who are either just initially going through their journey, or they've been lost and felt completely alone and didn't know who to talk to. So I actually created a Facebook group, and I've just recently transitioned it from a closed group to a public group, because I'm now to that place where I feel like I want it to be able to reach out to people. And I named it Be the Captain of Your Own Ship, because I really want that to be the message.
It's so true.
Yeah, and I've been following your page, and I love the insight that you're sharing with the world. And I do a lot of very similar with my kidney and pancreas transplant journey page, where I typically spend an hour to 2 hours before I go to bed every single night responding to people that are either in the same situation, that have their families may have donated organs. There are recipients waiting for transplants, trying to get on the transplant list, that follow my inspiration, my motivation. And so I spend that time at night making sure that I'm responding to everybody's messages, so that I can give them kind of the hope to proceed. And I think that you're doing the same, which is freaking awesome.
I mean, honestly, I'm just blown away by, obviously, Kinsey, I've known your story, and I'm so thankful that, obviously, number one, that you're okay, but you have this new, fulfillment and new, mission to share this story and help others. And Maria, I had no idea about your story at all. And I just have to say, I feel so thankful to just be so blessed to know both of you guys, and so thankful that you guys are okay, not only surviving, but kind of thriving in the face of all these obstacles, and still being the most badass, real estate agents that are taking over the world and helping other people fulfill their dreams. I'm literally blown away. People have first world problems all the time. Oh, I'm tired, I'm overworked. We all go through the baloney. You know what I mean? But I'm so inspired and so thankful that you guys are both sharing your stories and both providing such inspiration to others. And God forbid I ever have someone that needs this type of support. I know I have people I can count on and trust on that can get you through it. I mean, seriously, you guys rock.
Well, and not just dealing with the health, but we seriously, the 4 people in this group right now, hit some serious paths when it comes to selling real estate, managing clients, how we keep our health organized, our customers, our clients, our agents, our staff members. I think it really takes a pretty badass bitch to make this happen.
Absolutely.
I'm in the car right now, I'm in the car right now, leaving a training, heading home to pick up my son to take him to the doctor, and I've got a friend driving so that I can work on my 2-hour drive.
I love it. Yeah, but isn't that what your husband was doing for you the other day? You had like 1,500 showings. Wasn't he like carting you around?
What's that?
Oh my, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can hear Alexa. I can't hear Kinsey very well, so I can't.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Talk over anybody.
Well, Tabitha, I was just saying, how wasn't your husband carting you around on Sunday? I mean, it's amazing, you know. I mean, that's a level
what we
of
need
what we're doing
to get
here.
done, and I think everyone in this group is so resourceful and inspiring. I know, I've been along with Kinsey's journey for the last few years. Maria, you blow me away too, girl. I love that you listen to your own body and your own senses, just like Kinsey. I mean, there's a fight in both of you. There's a fight in all of us.
Well, here's the thing I wanted to share, because as I told you my whole story about starting this lifestyle change 4 years ago, is that the doctors now tell me that this has probably been in my body for the last 8 to 10 years, and that 4 years ago, clearly I must have intuitively known that I needed to make a change in my lifestyle, whether it be a God thing or just listening to the intuition that we as women have inside of us, knowing our bodies and knowing and acknowledging it and acting on it. That, I think, is one of the messages that for women especially is that, sometimes we second guess ourselves and think, well, maybe this is just whatever. But no, we really need to trust ourselves, trust our intuition, and trust who we know we are inside. And like I said, even with what I'm doing currently, I have, people around me, well-intended people who love me, but they're like, oh no, you have to be doing it this way. You're crazy to be doing this. These are quacks or whatever. It's like, no, I know. Look, the proof is in the pudding. Look at me. I feel fantastic. And I've never felt better in my life.
I mean, and Maria, and one thing you said was like cutting out sugar and stuff. Like, it's unbelievable when you eat healthy. Like, you feel so unbelievable. You can take on anything. Yep. And I think doing what we do, constantly serving our clients and whatnot, I feel a lot of realtors put themselves absolutely last. And I actually did that when I first started in the business 7 years ago. I was just like, go, 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 to the point where I was like, oh my gosh, like I could never work out without staring at my phone. Like I was like eating so unhealthy because I was on the road all day or not eating at all. And I feel like you have to come to a certain point where, you know what, to best serve my clients, I really need to take care of number one. Otherwise, I can't do anything, really.
And I'm sure absolutely right. It's that classic line that they talk about, when you're on the airplane and they tell you, put the mask on you first before you put it on your child, even though we as women, the first thing we want to do is take care of the people around us, our children, our family. But if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't help anybody. So we have to listen to ourselves. We really do. It's not just a cliche.
It's so true.
No, and you have to take that time you have to take time to rest. You have to take time to relax. You have to take time to spend time with your family.
Right.
Because without your health, you have nothing.
That's right.
Absolutely nothing. I can tell you this because out of the past 2 years, I've spent over 200 days either at doctor's appointments, in the hospital, back and forth, as well as trying to maintain my business, maintain my relationships, keep the freaking house clean, and just, it's a lot to handle, but without being healthy, nothing is possible. So number one, you always have to take care of yourself. Like, I love the people around me, and I always want to be there for the people around me. But you know what? This is number one right here.
Yep.
Sorry guys, but this is number one. Everything else is minute.
Sorry, not sorry, you mean.
Sorry, not sorry. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, listen, I had told Alexa when we started that I have a 10 o'clock call, speaking of serving our clients, and but I really appreciate having the chance to share with you, sort of my journey and what I've been going through. But I know one of the things that we said we were going to talk about was CRM. So I have my ultimate tip to share about CRM, right? Because we were talking about what are you using, what are you not using, right? Because we want to deliver on the promise, right? I will tell you, there's a lot of them out there. I use a particular one. I use Top Producer. I use BombBomb. I use Referral Maker. There's all kinds of different ones out there. Ultimately, the best CRM, the best contact management system that is out there is the one that you will use.
Exactly.
Whichever one it is, the one that you
I think we were all chiming in on that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's true.
Well, thank you, Maria. It has been so much fun and a pleasure. I know we ran over and I had a lot of technical issues, but thank you for getting up and doing this with us. And I know you got to go. So I love you, and I will see you at the next R4, if not sooner.
Right.
Love you guys too. Bye, babes.
You all.
Bye.
Great show. Bye. Have a great day. Go make some money.
Yeah.
Go make some money.
Awesome.
So is it?
The
now
three.
And then there were three.
And then there were three. Oh, we have a gang sign now?
So, Kenzie, I still have a hard time hearing you. That's why you see me like put my face against the phone, because it's real quiet. But I'm like reading your lips.
Oh, you've been reading my lips?
I like that message.
Perfect.
So I'll start first because I have to run in about 20 minutes here.
Totally.
The CRM that I have been using, and Maria's right, it's the best one. It's the one that you're actually going to use. It's got to be easy. It's got to be sensible for your schedule, something you can work with. So I've used Top Producer for 15 years. Absolutely love it. I use it religiously. It feeds in with a lot of, what Realtor.com offers with the market snapshot. And now they have all these bundles, all these specials that they offer very cheaply for our industry.
Right.
So that's a big package. And if somebody's not used to using a CRM, I definitely would recommend that. But I also have been dabbling in LionDesk and Chime. My broker is now, paying for Chime for the entire offices. And it's a great tool. What I love about it, it's responsive. It has campaigns that you could start off talking to people, and it will be smart and stop itself once they start talking back and asking you if you want to do something different with them. So I love that.
That is cool.
And it integrates. Everything integrates now with MailChimp. I use MailChimp. I use BombBomb.
Right.
Those types of things. Those are my favorites. So I'm going between the two of them. I'm working with them both to see which I like better, and I'm going to give them both a couple more months. Cool. So what do you think?
I think that's awesome. I use a mix of, I like the bees. I use Boomtown and I use BombBomb. And my Boomtown integrates with my BombBomb, and it creates my landing pages. It ties in with my website. Everything is in one place. When I wake up in the morning, my contact management system tells me exactly what I need to do to be successful for the day. If I'm driving in my car, I can hook my dialer through my car and I can make calls. So
that's cool.
I use Boomtown
Boom,
and BombBomb and the BoomBomb Town. It works well together. No, I'm not getting paid to say this, but if they want to hook me up with some discounts, I'll gladly accept them.
Yeah, right.
And that's how I keep in contact with everybody.
I love it. So I'm
runs my world, runs my life, has all of my property searches. I can tell you that it converts clients for you. And that's all you need to know.
So I'm literally the worst out of all of us because I've been using my spreadsheet. Like, I guess the best CRM is the one you use, right? But I'm in the process of doing the trial. Are you guys yelling at me right now? I can't even hear you.
Oh, no.
Oh, was your phone muted? We just said.
We were saying, what the?
At least you were doing something and it was working for you, right?
Yes. But I'm at the point where I now need the next level. It's time for the next level. So actually, we're checking out Lion's Desk right now. I'm open though, Boomtown, all that good stuff. It's really kind of testing them all out and seeing what works. But it's true at the end of the day, what the heck are you going to use? Just stick to it. And I believe both Boomtown and Lines Desk are both mobile friendly, correct?
Yeah, I actually,
Yes.
my phone has alerted me that I have 5 things to do in the next like 20 minutes.
Perfect.
Whether it's a phone call, a text message, an email. I have 5 people to follow up with by about 1:30 today. So
Perfect. So the one I was using prior was Buffini CRM. And
yeah,
the reason why I don't say I actually had a CRM is because it didn't do everything I wanted it to do. So, you know, when you start using something, you're like, no. It was more generated towards recording those marketing touches, whether it's a pop-by call, you know, whatever the case may be. But I feel like there's a lot of other things out there that are more comprehensive that we essentially laid out here. So I guess I'm not as bad as I make myself seem, but yeah, it definitely is absolutely crucial. So I'll keep you guys posted when I end up choosing.
yeah.
Yep,
Mine
we'll
does
update on that too.
Yeah, mine does drip campaigns,
You can't
property
see your mouth.
searches, texting. It does. You can mass email. You can send as soon as a lead comes in from Zillow, from Remax. It automatically goes right into your CRM. It sends them a welcome message. It tells you exactly when to follow up with them. You throw them into a category. So like how Tabitha has this nice little book that she uses to organize her shit. It's like the computerized model of Tabitha's fancy planner. And it just tells me what to do. And you'll hear this later, Tabitha.
Oh, Tabitha can't hear it.
Christina just named us bad bitches. I
Wait,
blinked
you can
ass.
put that back up again.
Badass bitches. Is that the name of the show?
Bad bitches.
Wait, I think it should be like this.
Okay, so we've all voted.
Oh, did we vote already? Did I miss that?
Yeah, I looked it up and only one person voted
What
on
did they vote
our
for?
share, and that was me. So you
What did
guys
you
have to
vote
vote.
All right, let's look at our name choices again. I think this can be an involving name as well as we take over the world. Let's see, what are our
All right,
choices?
so we had Real Angels of Real Estate, which
I don't think that's
that was
accurate.
my vote because of our logo. You don't like it. Kinsey's like,
Oh.
So we're going to rule that one out. I don't like, you know the one I don't like.
like the Real Housewives of Real Estate because the abbreviation
Only because
Tab doesn't want to be a whore.
I mean, it's advertising, but I don't know if it's the right advertising.
I mean, I heard sex sells, but I don't know.
It.
I know. It really kind of throws it out there, but it doesn't go with the logo at all.
Like you wanna throw like a Mercedes and a baby basket up in there?
Damn. That's like a minivan for the Real Housewives of Real Estate. No, Tabitha, I didn't even think about that's why it was Real Angels of Real Estate. Now I get it.
Right.
Guys, I feel like we don't have to.
Or Real Agents of Real Estate. But see, what else did we have?
Real Chicks of Real Estate, our core.
The Real Chicks.
I didn't mind that one. That one kind of grew on me too.
Real Angels of
I
Real
kind of like
Estate.
the Real Chicks because we're just over here like keeping it real and shit.
I mean, that's what we do.
That is what we do.
Oh, damn, we just got close. So then, Real Deal Real Estate Chicks.
We are the real deal.
There's so many options. I'm just having fun with this, like side by side thing.
Real.
And then Real Housewives of Real Estate.
Estate.
Or whore. ... So I've casted my vote.
Which is what? The real?
Rare.
Damn, this gives it like a curveball because now I get it. Now I get the angel part. Son of a gun. I did not get it before.
Well,
son of a gun.
We could also be the real assholes of real estate. And that would be rare too.
I missed a good joke.
She said we could be the real assholes of real estate.
Sometimes we can. We can interchange it. as much as we want with angels,
We could be
assholes.
angels. We could be assholes. We could be asshats.
Where?
Rare. We are pretty rare. Like, I can agree with that.
We're raw. We're rare.
So now all we need, how about we stay rare and now we vote on a word that starts with A?
Ooh, I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
Rare.
Angels, amphibians.
It could be whatever
assholes.
somebody sees us as.
Yeah.
We're raw, we're rare, we're here, we're there.
We're everywhere.
We're everywhere.
Everywhere.
But only when the technology works.
Yeah, no, seriously. 15 minutes in. I love technology, but damn,
Hold on.
that was a situation.
We could be the real agents of real estate.
That's what I said after angels. I'm like, we're agents. I say we go with rare.
Oh my God, I love that.
Rare.
Real agents of real estate.
Agents.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll work.
Let's do it. Let's go for it.
That was
Okay.
easy enough.
I say we go
It
for
doesn't
it.
have to have an actual name. It can just be rare.
Rare.
With the acronym R.A.R.E.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right?
I love
That
it. Let
A
people
could be
guess
so
what we
many
are.
things.
All right, we got it.
All right, you guys. I think it's time to go now.
Perfect. I'll go ahead and we'll change the Facebook name to Rare. We'll go ahead and get the channel and the podcast on iTunes set up.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We will be coming at you live. You can rewatch the episodes. You can listen to the episodes while you're driving in your car.
Perfect.
It's rare.
You need to teach me how to do the podcast. And by the way, it's rare, not rar.
It could also be like rar.
I think it depends on the day.
It's good. We got it accomplished. We talked about our CRMs. We got to meet and talk with Maria. Even though technology is a bitch, this was a good show.
Yeah,
I love you guys. Cheers to you guys. Patriots.
Cheers.
Love you guys. Have a great day.
Okay, talk to you later. Love you.
Talk to you later, girls.
Rare.
Bye, everybody.
Peace out.